In this short video, I'm going to demonstrate a protocol from the Essentials collection, the Objects Within Objects protocol. So let's start by opening the protocol. So from the Count Size tab, I'm going to click on the Protocols button to open the Protocols browser. The protocols are organized into collections. The protocol I want is in the Essentials collection, and it's Objects Within Objects, so let's load the default version of the protocol. Protocols load on the left-hand side of the application. Now let's load the image in which I want to run the protocol. So this is the image. It's from the Image Pro demo images. I'm planning to use a protocol to find and measure the white blobs and to count the number of black objects within each of the white blobs. So I have a single parent class and only one child class. So I adjust the number of children to reflect this. And I'm going to click Sync. When I do this, the protocol becomes aware of either my image name or the channels of a multi-channel dataset. In this case, both the parent and the child are the monochrome image. With the interactive mode selected, I'm going to hit Next Step. In step 2, I'm given the option of segmenting out my parent objects, the white blobs. And by default, I'm given the option of using the threshold segmentation tool. I could hit Cancel and change to Smart Segmentation, but I think this tool will work best. So let's just set a threshold that separates the white blobs from the background. It looks pretty good. And click OK. I think that looks reasonable. I'm just going to actually reopen that tool and change my coloring options to a random and filled color scheme so it becomes really clear where my objects are. I'm going to switch off the split tool and add the fill holes option and click Apply to see my changes. I think it looks really good actually. I think I've managed to find all of the white blobs now. I don't want to measure the really tiny white objects, so I'm going to set a minimum valid area. I can either do this by dragging the minimum on the histogram, or I can set the minimum in the minimum field here. So I'm going to set it to 20 pixels. And now I'm only finding reasonably sized white objects. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hit Next Step. Now I'm taken to another segmentation step. In this case, I have to segment out the child objects, the black objects. And again, Image Pro is defaulted to the threshold segmentation tool. In this case, I want to find dark objects. So I'm going to completely reverse the range that I'm selecting. Again, I'm going to use a random and filled color scheme so it becomes really clear what I'm selecting, and click OK. I think that looks good. I found the black blobs within the white objects. I don't think I need to use a minimum area in this case, or a split, so I can just move on to the next step. And here we reach the Results step. In the Results step, we get to configure how our results, which are shown in the data collector, are displayed. We could, for example, choose to export the results straight to Excel, or we could automatically generate a report. We can also configure the various different views available for the data collector, including the heat map and the graph. I'd like to show a report, so I'm going to select my default report. We have several folders of reports. I've just run an Essentials protocol on a single site. So I'm going to choose the appropriate report for that, the Object Within Objects report, and click on the Report button. And my report is made. This is just a preview of the report. To get a full version of the report, click Save As, and save your report as a PDF. Let's take a quick look at the data collector. It contains 3 tables. The image table. This includes a snapshot and some summaries of objects found within the image. If we look at the measurement parent stats, here we can see the total number of children found for each object. So if I click on the mean button, I can get a value for the mean number of objects found per parent. There's also a measurement stats table available. At the end, I can save my protocol changes. I can save this as version 1 of the object within objects protocol and click Finish. I can then rerun this protocol on several images. If I deselect the interactive mode and click Run, the protocol is just executed as it was before on the same image. I can also choose to run it as a batch, in which case I can navigate to a folder of images, and if I were to select all of the images, I could process all of them at the same time. I could also run this against a multi-site dataset. So there are various ways of applying your settings to many images. Thanks for joining me for this short video. I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions, please contact Media Cybernetics and we'll be happy to help.